Welcome to the public input meeting for the North Dakota 200 North Dakota Street Grant Project located in Hazen, North Dakota from 12th Avenue Northwest to Hazen Golf Course. The project includes a shared use path, installation of a new pedestrian box culvert, and lighting improvements. Hi, I'm Stacy Flayton, Project Manager with Ackerman Esvold, and on behalf of the North Dakota Department of Transportation and Ackerman Esvold, I'd like to thank you for taking time to view this presentation. Please return to the public meeting page to fill out the sign-in sheet if you haven't done so already, and the North Dakota DOT Title VI Public Participation Survey, as this helps the North Dakota DOT to receive federal funding. The public meeting is held to solicit public feedback and answer any questions that you may have. We invite the public to comment on the project, and we will respond to the public's comments and concerns. This is the second public input meeting held for this project. The second public meeting includes added alternatives for the pedestrian box culvert. The first public input meeting was held on October 7th, 2021. The first public input meeting just contained one option for the pedestrian box culvert. The North Dakota 200 project includes lighting improvements from 12th Avenue to 3rd Avenue Northwest and from Birch Road to just west of the Hazen Golf Course, as shown in light blue in the lower right-hand picture. The project also includes a shared use path extension along the frontage road from 11th Avenue Northwest to 12th Avenue Northwest, as shown in dark blue in the lower left picture. The project also includes a new box culvert pedestrian crossing at the intersection of Highway 200 and 4th Avenue Northeast, as shown by a solid red line in the upper right picture. This project is a North Dakota Street Grant project. These grants are for cities with less than 5,000 people. The grants are for improving a state highway within city boundaries. The grants are for improving or adding multimodal transportation facilities through a community. The City of Hazen submitted a grant application in December of 2019 for this project. The source of project funding consists of 80.93% federal funding and 19.07% state funding. Any non-participating items that are outside the North Dakota DOT's right-of-way are funded 100% by the City of Hazen. This is a North Dakota DOT project, and Ackerman Esvold is the hired consultant engineer to design the project for the North Dakota DOT. We will discuss the purpose and need of the project later in the presentation. The key areas that we will talk about today are the environmental document and permitting, design, which includes lighting, the shared use path, and a pedestrian box culvert. Some special considerations that we will talk about are construction phasing, traffic control, and flood risk management considerations. We will also discuss right-of-way in today's presentation as it pertains to this project. An environmental document is required to be prepared for the project. The project type falls into the programmatic CADX category. Some of the items looked at in the environmental document include cultural survey, endangered species, wetlands, right-of-way, Section 4F. Some of the permits that may be required for this job include a Section 404 permit, North Dakota State Water Commission floodplain permit, NDSWC construction permit, and a North Dakota Department of Health discharge stormwater permit. This slide shows existing typical sections for the project. The top picture shows the existing typical section for Highway 200. The Highway 200 roadway consists of two 12-foot lanes and 8-foot shoulders on each side. The middle picture shows the existing typical section for Highway 200 at the proposed pedestrian box culvert location at the intersection of Highway 200 and 4th Avenue Northeast. At this location, Highway 200 roadway consists of two 12-foot driving lanes, a left turn lane, and a right turn lane. The bottom left typical shows the 8-foot wide shared use path along the frontage road with 4 inches of concrete and 3 inches of gravel. The bottom middle picture shows the typical sections for the 8-foot wide shared use path at the intersection of Highway 200 and 4th Avenue Northeast. On the north side of Highway 200, which consists of 3 inches of asphalt and 4 inches of gravel. The bottom right picture shows a typical section for the 8-foot wide shared use path at the intersection of Highway 200 and 4th Avenue Northeast on the south side of Highway 200, which consists of 4 inches of concrete and 4 inches of gravel. This slide shows the proposed typical sections for the project. The top picture shows the proposed pedestrian box culvert at the intersection of Highway 200 and 4th Avenue Northeast. The box culvert will slope down towards the north and will have 5.5 inches of asphalt over it with 15 inches of gravel. The bottom left picture shows the proposed 8-foot wide shared use path along the frontage road with 4 inches of concrete and 6 inches of gravel. The bottom right picture shows the proposed shared use path at the intersection of Highway 200 and 4th Avenue Northeast with 4 inches of concrete and 6 inches of aggregate. Design item number 1 consists of lighting. The purpose of the project is to illuminate the roadway for motorists, illuminate the shared use path giving better visibility, and to enhance the visibility. The need for the project is existing lighting system along Highway 200 runs from 3rd Avenue Northwest to Birch Road. The proposed lighting improvements are shown in light blue in the upper right-hand picture. The proposed improvements extend the lighting on the west side of town from 3rd Avenue Northwest to 12th Avenue Northwest. On the west side of town, along the frontage road from 9th Avenue Northwest to 12th Avenue Northwest, lighting will be installed on the north side of the shared use path. On the west side of town from along Highway 200 from 3rd Avenue Northwest to 9th Avenue Northwest, lighting will be installed on the north side of Highway 200. On the east side of town, the lighting will be extended along Highway 200 from Birch Road to just west of the Hazen Golf Course on the north side of Highway 200. Design item number 1 consists of lighting 4,300 linear feet of roadway on the west side of town and 2,484 linear feet of lighting on the east side of town. The pedestrian box culvert will include lights on the inside of the box culvert. The shared use path along the frontage road will consist of ornamental lighting with 1 light bulb. The proposed lighting along Highway 200 will consist of the DOT standard twin arm design to match the existing lights along Highway 200 as shown in the picture on the right. This picture shows the current lights along the Highway 200 roadway. The twin arm design consists of 2 light bulbs to light up both the Highway 200 roadway on one side of the light and the shared use path on the other side of the light. Consideration when designing the lights is that there is a railroad crossing on the east end of the project. The lights will try to be designed so that the lights will be lit from each side of the railroad, with a feed point on each side of the railroad so that the electrical line does not cross underneath the railroad. Design item number 2 shows the shared use path extension in dark blue in the bottom picture. The purpose of this project is to provide connectivity from existing facilities to city amenities and to give pedestrians a safe route to access the city's amenities. The need for this project is that there is an existing shared use path located along the frontage road south of Highway 200. The existing path ends abruptly at 11th Avenue Northwest. The proposed 8-foot wide shared use path will extend from 11th Avenue Northwest to just west of 12th Avenue Northwest. The shared use path extension along the frontage road will be 750 feet long. The City of Hazen's future plans are to extend the sidewalk on the west side of 12th Avenue Northwest to the south to connect it to the city's businesses. The proposed width of the shared use path would be 8 feet wide. One consideration that we have to take into account during design is to maintain the drainage outlet as shown in the pictures on the right near 11th Avenue Northwest. Design item number 3 is a pedestrian box culvert as shown in the solid red line in the picture on the right. The purpose of this item is to enhance the ease of use for pedestrians crossing the highway and to improve the safety of pedestrians by keeping them away from Highway 200 traffic. The need for this project is at the intersection of Highway 200 and 4th Avenue Northwest is one of the busiest intersections in town and is heavily traveled by pedestrians crossing Highway 200. The pedestrian box culvert will connect the shared use paths on the north and south sides of Highway 200. The proposed pedestrian box culvert is located near Hazen's School. There is an existing pedestrian box culvert nearby as shown in the bottom left corner by a dashed red line at the intersection of Highway 200 and 3rd Avenue Northwest. The picture on the right shows the existing box culvert. The proposed box culvert will look similar to the existing box culvert. Next, we will talk about some of the structural project requirements for the pedestrian box culvert. The box culvert will comply with North Dakota DOT pedestrian underpass standards. The box culvert will be cast in place construction, which means the contractor will pour the concrete on site for the box culvert. The standard size for the opening will be 12 foot wide by 8 feet high. There will be lighting inside the box culvert to illuminate the inside of the box culvert for the pedestrians. The box culvert will have anti-graffiti coating on it. As mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, we have added 3 alternatives to the pedestrian box culvert. Some considerations taken into account during design are work zone traffic control, shared use path that is ADA compliant, flood protection, right-of-way needs, and any impacts to the pedestrian box culvert. Alternative 1 for the pedestrian box culvert consists of a stop log closure on the south side of the box culvert, south of Highway 200. The picture on the right shows the shared use path in white. The pedestrian box culvert underneath Highway 200 is shown in orange. For alternative 1 with the stop log closure for the pedestrian box culvert, this alternative shows needing 0.19 acres of proposed right-of-way in the northwest quadrant of North Dakota 200 and 4th Avenue Northeast. This is shown in red in the picture on the right. Alternative 2 for the pedestrian box culvert consists of installing a levee in the southwest quadrant. The proposed levee is shown in purple in the picture and the shared use path is shown in white. For alternative 2 with the southwest levee for the pedestrian box culvert, this alternative shows needing a total of 0.99 acres of proposed right-of-way with 0.19 acres in the northwest quadrant of Highway 200 and 4th Avenue Northeast, and 0.80 acres in the southwest quadrant as shown in red in the picture. Alternative 3 for the pedestrian box culvert consists of installing a ring dike levee in the northwest quadrant of Highway 200 and 4th Avenue Northeast. The ring dike is shown in purple in the picture and the shared use path is shown in white. With this option, the box culvert is skewed slightly or angled and is longer in length with this alternative. For alternative 3 with the northwest ring dike levee for the pedestrian box culvert, this alternative shows needing 0.96 acres of proposed right-of-way in the northwest quadrant of Highway 200 and 4th Avenue Northeast as shown in red in the picture. Traffic control is one consideration that is most impactful to the public. Installation of the pedestrian box culvert traffic will be shifted to one side of Highway 200, while the contractor constructs the pedestrian box culvert on the other side of Highway 200 during Phase 1 of traffic control. The second phase of traffic control consists of switching traffic to the opposite side of Highway 200, while the remaining portion of the box culvert is constructed. Another consideration taken into account during design is flood risk management. Highway 200 roadway embankment is identified as a levee as per the FEMA map on the right. A North Dakota State Water Commission floodplain permit will need to be filled out due to the project impacting the existing levee. This picture shows a zoomed in view of the previous FEMA map. The floodplain is shown as a dashed black line along the Highway 200 roadway. We will need to maintain a continuous line of flood protection that can be certified in compliance. The picture on the right shows a red line of the existing levee along Highway 200. Alternative 1 for the pedestrian box culvert includes a stop log closure on the south side of the box culvert. The bottom picture shows examples of stop log closures. Stop log closures minimize the need for right-of-way. Stop log closures require human intervention during a flood. Stop log closures do require regular exercising to maintain levee certification. The picture on the right shows the levee protection as a red line with a stop log closure alternative. Alternative 2 for the pedestrian box culvert includes a southwest quadrant levee. This levee would tie into the existing levee along Highway 200. This alternative eliminates the need for human intervention during a flood. It does require proposed right-of-way and tree removal on both sides of Highway 200. The picture shows the levee protection as a red line with the southwest quadrant levee alternative. Alternative 3 for the pedestrian box culvert includes a ring dike levee in the northwest quadrant of Highway 200 and 4th Avenue Northeast. This alternative eliminates the need for human intervention during a flood. It does require proposed right-of-way on the north side of Highway 200 and a longer box culvert is needed with this alternative. The existing levee will be maintained along Highway 200 roadway as shown with a red line in the picture. The north end of the pedestrian box culvert would have a ring dike around it as shown with a red circular line to protect it from a flood. The key dates on this project include completing the environmental document this spring. Proposed right-of-way acquisitions are proposed to happen fall of 2023. The proposed construction is projected for summer of 2024. These dates could change depending on the funding and other factors. This concludes the public input presentation for the Highway 200 Hazen project. If you have any comments, please send written comments by mail to Ackerman Esvold, attention Stacy Flayton, at 4165 30th Avenue South, Suite 100, Fargo, North Dakota 58104, or email me at stacy.flayton@ackermanesvold.com with a subject line Public Input Meeting. All comments need to be postmarked or emailed by May 10th, 2023. As a reminder, if you haven't done so already, please return to the public meeting page to fill out the sign-in sheet in the North Dakota DOT Title VI Public Participation Survey, as this helps the North Dakota DOT to receive federal funding.